Do you ever feel like your setup is just off? Like, no matter what you adjust, playing just never feels comfortable? Well, what if I told you that it might not be your mouse, your mousepad, or even your crosshair? It might actually be the way that you're sitting. Yeah, your posture could be holding you back. Get it? Holding you back.
Oh my goodness. That was me acting there for fucking bullet. Nah, bro. I swear they whiffing on him. What the fuck are they whiffing on him, like?
So let's talk about the default gaming position. We've all seen it. It's a slow transition to slouching, rounding your shoulders forward, and sticking your little neck out. It feels natural, but it's not that it's just bad for your back. It can actually make aiming harder. Here's a good example. Imagine you're holding long on Dust 2, and suddenly you've got to swing 90 degrees to check short. If you slouch forward with rounded shoulders, you've basically locked up your shoulder joint. That means your arm won't glide as freely across the mousepad. You'll feel tight, restricted, and more uncomfortable when you reach your crosshair's destination. Now, sit upright, shoulders back and relaxed, and suddenly you've got full range of motion. And when you do arrive at the short angle, you still feel free, comfortable, and the micro adjustments afterwards become much easier, which is the main thing that we want. So yeah, sitting upright keeps you freer, smoother, and the micro adjustments are easier. But here's the funny part. The real reason this happens isn't just in your arm, wrist, or hand. It's actually about the muscles behind the scenes, the ones supporting your whole upper body while you aim. And most of us never even think about them. Take the serratus anterior for example, probably a muscle you've never heard of. Its job is to stabilise your shoulder blades, so when you move your arm, it stays nice and smooth. And then you've got your rhomboids. Funny name, but crucial. They stop your shoulders from rolling forwards into that slouch. But honestly, we could go on forever with all the little muscles involved. But you don't need to be an expert. Although, what is worth noting are the ones that make an instant difference, like the trapezius. If your upper traps are all tensed up, you could use a nice massage. But if you don't get one, your shoulders creep towards your ears. And guess what? It makes your aim shaky and inconsistent. Honestly, try it yourself. Tense your shoulders right up to your ears and hunch forwards. You'll likely feel fine aiming in a small area, but as soon as you need to expand that area, notice how quickly you lose control, leading to your inconsistency. Now sit tall, chest open, and do the same thing. Instantly, your shoulder blades can glide smoothly, and that's when the muscles like your rhomboids and the serratus kick in to keep you stable. That little chain reaction is the difference between your aim feeling smooth instead of restricted. Also, a quick side note whilst we're on the topic. If you do struggle with shaky aim, think about how much of your hand is actually on the mouse, because more surface area means more control. Even if you use claw or fingertip grip, anchoring the base of your palm gives you more stability. But yeah, back to posture. Obviously, you don't want to be sat mid-clutch thinking about your rhomboids. That's stupid. You want posture to be automatic so that your body feels right without you thinking about it. And the way to do that isn't by forcing yourself to sit perfectly all game. It's about setting up your environment so that good posture happens naturally. This could be something simple like chucking a pillow behind your back, because it supports your lower spine and stops you from slouching without you realising. But here's a big one, chair height. Or if you have a cool desk, you can just move the desk. If your chair is too low, your arms end up reaching upwards onto the desk, resulting in strain on your trapezoids, and you'll get a stiff neck and shoulders after a few games. But if your chair is too high, it's the opposite. Your elbows drop down, your shoulders roll forward, and you're putting more strain on your front delts just to keep your hands on the desk, which, for long gaming sessions, not really the best. What you actually want is your chair high enough so that your elbows sit roughly at 90 degrees and level with the desk. That way, your shoulders can stay loose and the muscles we talked about earlier can do their job properly. Honestly, try it. Drop your chair right down to the lowest it will go, and then try and play around with the mouse. It feels cramped, right? Now, raise the chair up so that your elbows are at 90 degrees and level with the desk. Straight away, everything feels lighter, easier, and more natural. You can make different setups work. Like, if your desk is too high or low, you can slide your keyboard and mouse around until it feels alright. But the unfortunate reality is that usually when you fix one problem, you kinda just create another. That's why the sweet spot is for your chair being desk height where your elbows are 90 degrees. But admittedly, it is hard to say that there's one perfect posture for CS. It's preference, like your crosshair or your sensitivity, although we can make it a lot more interesting. If you actually look at some of how the professional players sit, you can see how their posture links to their aiming style. Take Zai Wu for example. He sits really upright, proper clean posture, shoulders relaxed. His wrists aren't actually making contact with the mousepad, so he's not anchored down at one fixed point. That gives him this really smooth, flowing aim. He's not fighting his own body, and it just looks natural. Now compare that to someone like Yabby or Rops. They both sit really upright and their desks quite low, leaning in just a little. You'll notice that in this position, the elbows are usually pressed against the desk more, which gives them this really solid anchor point. The aim looks tight, compact and snappy, not as loose and flowy as Zywoo, but still as effective. I mean, even if you look at Rops, he measures his peripherals down to the millimeter, it seems. So he's definitely aware of these things, and as you can see, he's found what suits him best. The point I'm trying to make is all of these postures do work, but they all come with trade-offs. Zywoo's smooth because he's free, Yabby and Rops are snappy because they're anchored, and you'll notice different variations with different players. And the trick is not to copy the pros, it's to understand that posture literally changes how your aim feels. Once you start noticing it in them, it kind of makes you realise how much it matters in your own setup too. It is something worth digging into, even just a little, because in CS you can oftentimes feel like you've hit a ceiling with your improvement, but then suddenly you can stumble across these hidden echelons, like unlocking secret information that no other player knows about, giving you that edge. And that's what I love about the game. Even after years of playing, there's always another layer, another detail that can change everything. And this one was posture. Well, who knows what the next one will be? I mean, I do know one thing for sure. I've been gone for a while, and I am sorry about that. Honestly, I've been working really long hours trying to set things up for me and my fiance, and YouTube has kind of had to take a back seat during this. But the truth is, I do miss this. I miss reading your comments, and I miss being part of the CS community, because even when I wasn't uploading, it's still in the back of my mind, all the time. And I'll be completely honest, I don't want to just force content out for the sake of it. I'd rather put some time and effort into something I'm proud of, even if that means that it's not as frequent. I mean, 200 days is a bit long, but I don't plan on being that long again. And this is where you guys come in. What do you actually want to see? Do you prefer guides, gameplay, demo reviews, or just general topics like this one? Because I'm open, and your feedback helps me shape where the channel goes. Because at the end of the day, I actually started the channel as a fun way to share things with my friends, and now we've got an opportunity to leave our own little mark on the CS scene. That's been a dream of mine for over a decade, and I don't plan on giving up on it. So yeah, I feel fresh, and I'm excited to get back into it, and I really appreciate everyone who stuck around. Cheers guys, I'll see you in 200 days. I'm joking, I